Hey everyone, Mark Juleen here, markjuleen.com. So we've had this debate, it seems like, over and over and over again, and I think it's one of those things that will continue to be interesting, and it's justifying social media, it's justifying online marketing and things like that because of the challenge of measuring it and the ROI. And it's not like the typical ILS where you're measuring click-throughs or leads, because that's kind of not what it's about. It's about relationships, engagement, networking. I mean, kind of a number of things that are more just geared toward communication and getting to know people, those kind of things. So that becomes the challenge when justifying the ROI. I'm in a tough spot here because it was one of those things where I agree there needs to be some type of ROI justification, but yet on the other hand, if I look at it, and this was a conversation I was having on Multifamily Insiders and a kind of a debate, how is it any different than joining the Chamber of Commerce or being a member of the apartment association, or maybe better, being a member of some other local group, or maybe just going playing golf with the local banker, or maybe going to out to dinner or to a ball game with your local insurance agent or something like that. All of these are networking opportunities, and that's why we do it. And whether we can associate a direct return on investment to those is one of those things that we don't necessarily measure exactly, and we don't feel as though we have to measure it. And because we know that it's a good idea to get to know people. And I don't see how social media is any different of a tool than joining the Chamber of Commerce. It actually probably is a more effective tool in that you can kind of scale your efforts even a little bit more. You can build relationships more than just at a monthly meeting. And you can build relationships based off of news that's happening and sharing that news in the moment, versus waiting for the next meeting to maybe have that conversation with somebody. And I think that's what's exciting about social networking. And I think if we looked at it from that perspective, and then you also looked at it as a way where you can build more recognition online for your properties and your brands, and you look at the return you're going to get on that, it becomes much easier to justify it. So look at social media as networking, and stop looking at it as marketing, where we have to measure leads and leases. I think you might have a little bit different perspective. And I'm going to say that too to marketers, as I'm going to probably criticize the way marketers are looking at it. And I'm not just saying this from, because I think the excuses are that owners are the ones saying no. Marketers are the ones that are ruining the opportunity to use these tools, because they are even measuring it as how many leads did I get, how many leases did I get from it. And that's the wrong way to look at it. It's how many opportunities did I have to meet new people? How many new relationships was I able to develop? How many relationships have I strengthened as a result? And whether that's a local business that you've gotten to know because of it, if it's a resident that you've gotten to know a little bit better, or even if it's just a peer, somebody that you've connected with using social media that now has led you to potentially more business, or more business in the long run. Not short-sighted leads and leases, but long-run business growth. I think if you start looking at it from that perspective, you're going to have a lot better strategy and a lot better way of moving forward with social media and showing your owners, your top executives, that this is why it works. I'm going to kind of end on that note, and I would love to hear anybody else's thoughts, and hopefully we can kind of put this idea of social media ROI to bed, because it's not the same, and we need to stop looking at it as marketing. We need to start looking at it more as networking, because that's what it is. See ya.